Hi everyone and welcome. My name is Gino Acevedo and I work at Weta Digital in the art department as a creative art director. And one of the cool things about my job is that I get to spend a lot of time at the zoo and do a lot of research on the animals there so that we can use that research and put them into our movies. What's great is that Weta Digital have a fantastic relationship with the Wellington Zoo because they let us get up close and personal with the animals. This was super helpful in helping us create Caesar and the other apes for the Planet of the Apes films. And as you can see, I'm a bit of an ape fanatic. So today, what I thought would be really cool is together we could draw in color a chimp face, just like this one. You can turn this into a mask or just hang it on the wall. Okay, well let's get started and draw a chimp face. First of all, you're going to notice a faint outline of the drawing underneath that I did before. What I'm going to do is I'm going to draw on top of this because it's going to help me to get to the finished drawing a bit quicker for you. So you can go along and follow me as I go through step by step. And feel free to pause the video if you need to catch up. First of all, let's draw a vertical line down the middle of the page. Next, let's draw some horizontal lines that will give us an idea of where the eyes, nose, and mouth are. Next, let's draw a big oval shape starting from the top of the paper all the way around back up to the top and connect the lines. Let's draw an outline of his left ear. And then, let's draw an outline of his right ear. Okay, so next let's start sketching in the brows. The brows on a chimpanzee are really prominent features and really make a chimp because of the way that they protrude or stick out so much, unlike ours, which are quite a bit flatter. Okay, and next let's start on the nose. The shape of a chimp's nose always reminded me of a heart shape. Let's start sketching in the eye shapes. The eyes of a chimp are so much like ours, and they have excellent vision. One main difference is that in most cases, the white of our eyes, called the sclera, is often dark in chimps. Now we can start sketching in the eye bags. Even the youngest chimps have prominent eye bags, which can make them look like they haven't been getting enough sleep. Okay, so now we can start sketching in the muzzle. Around the mouth area, we want to make sure that we're giving him a bit of a smile because he's a very happy chimp. And now we can start adding in the lower lip and the chin. And did you know that chimps are really social animals? They like to communicate with each other with expressions as well as making sounds. You've probably heard them at the zoo making that sound called a hoot. It's called a pant hoot. And by that, they're going like, they're kind of communicating with each other, or if they're excited or if they're upset or angry. Now we can move up to the bridge of the nose, drawing in the nose wrinkles, and then down to the muzzle and add in some muzzle wrinkles. Next, let's add in the details into the ears. As you can see, chimps' ears are very much like ours, except they're a bit bigger and can be a little sticky-outy. So the next time you're in front of a mirror, put your fingers behind your ears and gently push forward and have a look and make your best chimp face. Now we are ready to add some hair detail by following the original oval shape that we did first. And now continue around the face and now I'm going to add a few more details like some wrinkles and some hair. And did you know that chimps have the same amount of hair that we have? Theirs is just a little bit more thicker. And now that we have lightly sketched in the details, we are now ready to go over these lines again to make them darker and adding in a few more details where needed. So follow along. So next, with either a darker pencil or a black pen, let's go in and really darken those lines so that we can then begin to paint them in the next step. Now the reason why I'm adding in some extra detail into the wrinkles is to help break up some of those big forms. And this will help it make it feel a little bit more realistic. And there we are. Now we're ready to paint him. But if you're not happy with the drawing you did, don't worry about it. We'll give you a link that you can download so you can print it out and color it yourself, like this one. Step 1 is to use a flesh-colored pen or pencil. Try to find something close to the example I'm showing, but it doesn't have to be exact. Find the best you can. I'm going to start with the brows, trying to stain the lines around the face, and then the ears, and keeping it out of the hair area. So step 2 is adding a reddish brown color for some basic shading. Now what the shading is going to do is it's going to help some of these shapes, like the brows, the muzzle, and the ears, make them feel not quite so flat and make them feel a little bit more rounded. So next, let's go in with this lighter color for some highlights. Now what the highlights are going to do is that they're going to work with the shading that we did before, and it's going to help the areas like the brows, the nose, the muzzle, and the ears even feel that much more rounded. Step 4 is adding a dark brown for some shadowing under the brows and inside the ears. This will make these areas seem deeper. Step 5 is coloring the hair. Use a black pencil or pen and start to go over the hair area. As you can see, at first I went kind of lightly and then went in to darken it all up. With a white color, I'm going to go in now and add some really fine highlights onto the hair. Now what the highlight's going to do, it's going to work with the shading that we did before, and it's going to make the forms feel even a little bit more rounded. And again, with that white, I added some highlights on the top of the brows, nose, eye bags, and lower lip. And as a final step, I've gone in with a bit of brown color and added a few freckles here and there. There he is, your very own colored chimpanzee face. Here it is printed and trimmed. And so the next thing you're going to need is some string, some scissors, and some tape. And I'll show you how to assemble the string onto the back of the mask. Okay, so here we have the final mask. And I've already done one side where I've already attached the string, but I want to show you on the other side. So you need to cut a piece of string, and on one end of the string, you'll need to tie a knot into it. So just like this. And what this knot does is this is going to help the string from actually pulling through the mask once you put it on. So I've put a piece of tape down here behind the ear, as you can see. And so next I'm going to put the string down there, and next I'm going to get another little piece of tape, and I'm going to tape it. I'm going to put the piece of tape just right behind the knot, just like that. And that'll hold it in place. And that'll keep it from pulling it through. That's why we have the knot there. And next what you'll have to do is that you've got the two pieces of string, then you'll have to have somebody actually get it and tie it behind your head. And then you can wear your mask. And here we have it. I hope you had fun doing this with me. I sure did. This is Gino Acevedo from Weta Digital. Until the next time.